Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and the Pro League action continues. Looking at Rise versus Aware. This is the first map, of course, in the series. They're going to be playing some hardpoint action, 99 to 108. And Matt, both these two teams need a win here. Can't afford to drop down.
Nah, neither of those teams can afford a loss, Ben. You're 100% right. The Rise was on the rise, but they were on the rise.
I get it, because the name is Rise.
I didn't
and they were winning.
Do that, and I didn't want to do that because I knew that was going to happen.
That was so good, Matt. Write that one down. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use it.
Rise is playing well. They can't afford to lose any games and go back into that awful slump that they
You're a
were
terrible
in.
human being, Matt.
What happened?
You're a terrible human being for making that joke.
I didn't want. It wasn't intended to be a joke, but I knew you were going to take it as a joke, so
What was it intended as?
It was intended to explain why, you know, Rise was looking good. They were going up the leaderboards. I didn't want to say up the leaderboards. That sounds lame. The only other word I could think of was Rise, but the name of their team is Rise. Oh, whatever. They were playing well. Now they're not playing well. Chino, they know he can't go to champs. Probably has something to do with it.
Right.
You know, maybe they make another change.
Maybe. I would expect so. For now, OpTic Gaming versus JusTus map number 2 is just about to get on the way. It's going to be some search and destroy on recovery. Me and Matt both kind of similar thought process on that one. This should be a pretty simple one for OpTic Gaming. We'll full screen up OpTic Gaming versus JusTus. Search and destroy recovery. And it's going to be OpTic Gaming on the defensive side. So it's going to be JusTus on the attacking side first. Bomb carrier going to be Enable.
This is dangerous for JusTus because we do know they are not the best S&D team. I would say they are very near the bottom, very near the worst S&D team. So for them to lose that first hard point coming into this one makes it a must-win. And that is something you don't want if you're JusTus. They must win S&D.
Yeah, they have extremely struggled, I think is the polite way of saying it.
They've been awful.
Yeah.
Abysmal.
I mean, TK had the worst search and destroy record up until...
Which still shocks me.
Right, up until they've just moved into the team house, and then their S&D looks world of difference. JusTus still definitely struggling in S&D, and of course
Vicento, though, a very good S&D player.
Yeah, that's true. Vicento, a good S&D player, but then, you know, he's replaced Slack, who I feel out of all of them was kind of one of the more consistent search and destroy players on the team.
Right. I mean, maybe Vicento can bring them some kind of better strategy, or I don't know, though. I don't know what it is with JusTus. We've been trying to figure out since, you know, we discovered how bad they were in S&D.
Yeah, been looking at everything, and doesn't really add up. Mochilla's always been a very good S&D player, even Enable, since, you know, coming over from Halo. He picked up S&D very quickly in Ghost. He had a top 3 KD in S&D for Season 1.
I feel like they're always fighting at a disadvantage player-wise. I feel like they never get man advantage.
Right. That definitely is kind of important in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, you would want to have more people alive.
It does help. It does help. And speaking of that, Moch, now 1 versus 2. We'll throw up the dual screen one more time with Rise versus Aware. That one with 48 seconds left. Tied game. That's going to be on the right-hand side. Of course, on the left-hand side, can Mochilla clutch up? Looks like Bomber is actually going to be planted over at B. Moch kind of got juked out a little bit there, as he's looking for those 2 kills. Both players going to be in front of him. There's going to be the first. That's Scump now one-on-one against Formal. 1 shot goes in. Formal cleans him up. 2 rounds to 0 for OpTic Gaming. Meanwhile, Rise, it looks like they are going to be down. That's 20 points. That one is going to be mathematically impossible as well, I think. Let me just check. 15. Ooh, no, maybe not. Getting a bit too early on call in that game. They can tie it up.
A little early.
Oh, that contest should actually do it. Yep, that one going to be over. Aware 1-0 up in the series. So we'll full screen back. OpTic Gaming versus JusTus.
Aware can never get anything consistent, though. One day they look great. The next day, you know, they can't beat anybody. And I actually have the Denial AR game up, Ben. And that one was pretty much a tie game until this last hill. Looked like, you know, replays went pretty big in that one. And now they are up 111.86 in the first hard point.
And I just noticed something. Shout out to Ron. Did they bench Miyagi? They did. AR benching Miyagi in between games.
Really?
Playing with Gucci instead. AR got 3-0'd by OpTic Nation, and Miyagi was top of the leaderboard in pretty much every single game. And they benched him.
He just playing for stats?
Apparently his communication became cancerous. That's a quote.
That's not a good quote.
Yeah, that's not what you want to hear about a teammate, that's for sure. But
see, if you were a free agent, if you had made it known that you were a free agent, wouldn't you want to be on your best behavior? So if somebody goes, hey, what was it like teaming with Miyagi? They didn't say his communication was cancerous.
You would think, Matt. You would think. If only everyone thought the way we do, the world would be a better place, Matthew.
What?
The world would be a better place. Weird, isn't it? But Gucci going to be jumping in for the second game of the evening for AR. And of course, if anything, that makes Burns, I feel, look even better, right? Him and Miyagi in a similar position. Burns says he's going to continue playing with AR. Miyagi says he's out. Miyagi's communication.
I think Burns handled it in a very mature way.
I mean, he's always been that kind of player, I feel.
Right.
To just take things on the chin and really just be mature about it.
Yeah, eventually it'll work out for a player like that, though. Right here, though, Scump, he's going to finish up Classic in this one-on-one, put OG in the league 3-1. But as I say that, AR comes back, takes the lead here, Ben, 137 to 124 against Denial. So, without Miyagi's bad communication, looks like AR putting up a little bit more of a fight.
That's really weird. I'm on the same boat as you there. I don't really understand why a player would kind of just
mail it in. You don't mail it in, regardless of what happened. You have to have some kind of like self-pride in the way you play and the way you carry yourself. So you can't really mail it in.
Yeah. Well, OpTic Gaming still in control in this series. 3-1 in S&D here. JusTus struggling. Vicento 1 versus 2. Can he clutch up? Going up against Scump, who's 6-2, and a Krim, who's 4-4. Looks like he should be able to pick up the first kill. Gets it. Stays alive here.
Really weird, Krim not in a position to trade that.
20
right
seconds
away.
left, and Vicento's going to clutch. No, no! Oh, my Lord. Oh, Krim. Give him a complimentary balls to the face. Oh, there it is. Oh, he's teabagging his teammate.
Yeah, I don't think he knows who he's teabagging right there, but you would have liked to see Krim in a better position to trade that right away. But regardless, still able to win that one, put OG up 4-1. They look dominant right now against JusTus.
What would you say OpTic Gaming's worst game mode is?
Their worst game mode?
Yeah.
I think the game mode you have the best chance of beating them on consistently would be capture the flag.
Oh, great minds think alike.
I think you can kind of, they don't really have that, kind of turret type of player who's going to just kind of hold mid-map. They all like to push a lot. I think you can catch them getting a little bit frantic, OEing a ton. I think CTF is a game you can take on them. If that was the one game you could, I'm not going to say win easily. You're not going to win easily against them, but if that was one game that I would say there's maybe another team that could beat them consistently, it would be CTF.
I agree, 100%. I think their uplink game is very strong. S&D is pretty consistent now as well. Hardpoint, not that many teams can really go toe-to-toe with them, so CTF is the weaker link. Definitely not the weak link by any means, but I feel like, as Matt said, you kind of have the best chance of winning in that game mode of all four of them. 4-2 though here in Search and Destroy on recovery, as JusTus once again go back onto the attacking side, and it's going to be Classic this time with the bomb, making his way over towards A, and he could actually just go for a rush plant here.
Yeah, he's going to try and get this one down over at A. You're going to see Formal get first blood, but JusTus has not tried anything different, Ben. Obviously not having the best of success, but they haven't tried to switch anything up or, single any player out and challenge them, which is kind of weird.
I think this ultimately just comes down to players not really wanting to play, not feeling it, They've kind of spoken to other players, come up with an idea of where they want to go, and if it isn't working out in their favor, they're just kind of like, oh, yeah, I got COD games. I'm going to play them because I have to play them.
Yeah, but there's still money on the line here, though.
That's true. There is, but
by not trying, you were handing other players money and you're just making yourself look bad. So I don't really
True.
understand what the.
I just think that's definitely, as true and as obvious that is to me and you, I feel that's still the mentality of a couple of players, and definitely going to bite them in the ass. AR on the right-hand side, just show you that quick substitution improves their gameplay.
Yeah.
216 to 176. They are going to go 1-0 up against Denial. Denial's hardpoint game has been pretty poor tonight. They lost to Envy, and now they've just lost to AR in both hardpoints. I want to say surprised, but again, it's hard to be surprised with all the rumors of roster changes going on.
That's supposed to be their strongest game mode as well, you would say.
Denial could actually go 2-0 down here and search and destroy. I have a feeling if AR can clutch up, Burns off, by the way, just dropped 39 kills. No big deal. 13 defense, too. He's so talented at this game.
Burns is really good at this game. We've been talking a lot about that, you know, since Orlando. It's going to be actually Nade versus Moach one-on-one. Who you got here, Ben?
Let's have a look. Nade Shot has bombs. Going to see Moach. Nade Shot's going to get absolutely well-starred. Moach wins 1v1. I have Moach, Matt.
Oh, you had, now you had Moach. I think that's a difficult battle for Nade to win. I think Moach, see if he had a battle right here. I believe he did. So that's, if he does, that's a very difficult battle for him to win.
Yep. Bow. Coming out strong for Moach. Just turns and burns Nade. Nade 4 and 7, is that? I think that said 4 and 7.
Yeah.
I'm sat quite far away from the screen, so can't really see it. Yeah, 4 and 7. Scum 8 and 5. Continuing his game 1 rampage into the search and destroy recovery. JusTus, can they manage to come back? Classic again with the bomb, rushing over towards A. Throw those grenades over, and no surprise to see him. Oh, he's actually not going to plant this time. Okay, doing something different. I like it. Trying to challenge formal. 2v3 though. 2v2. Enable with a big 2-piece right there.
Yeah, Enable with a very big 2-piece right there, but I do like the play from JusTus, you know, changing it up a little bit, you know, catching OG off guard. They really didn't know how to deal with that, you know. Now you have Krim, who's bottom. He doesn't really know where to go, and you have Nade in the back and Circle, probably just kind of, you know, waiting to see, you know, what Krim says they should do and when they plan. And right there, you're going to see JusTus get that down at B, and they're in a good position to win this round.
Kill goes down, though. That was Nade Shot on Enable. Classic reveals his position. Gonna have to win a gunfight. Falls. And OpTic Gaming are going to pick up the second map here, and that gives them a 2-0 lead against JusTus. And it's going to be Krim finishing 9 and 7 there for OpTic as well. Still other games going on elsewhere in the COD League. For now, though, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll update you with everything else going on. And, of course, Game 3 of OpTic Gaming versus JusTus.